Hey, while you're here, this wing warmer's not working this morning. They said that they pulled all the equipment and cleaned last night, and now, click. Shortly after turning this on, I've just turned it on. So, like maybe the outlet's wet. Well, there's my trick for that, and I've done that. So I was like, well, maybe we've just got a tired GFCI. That happens if you get it wet. So I'll use this one. This one is wired in behind the GFCI. It gets its power from here, so it's also protected. So I'm going to get an extension cord, and I'm going to run it to over there just to see if it stays online, not on a GFCI outlet. I'm also going to give this a visual look quick before I do that. Just a quick visual. We are unplugged. My incoming power looks good. Washer right there. Nothing looks burnt. Sorry. Sorry. Nothing looks burnt. Melted. Arky sparky. I don't see a reason electronically why she should be. I'm going to test it to ground. I don't think it's short to ground because it doesn't trip immediately, although if it's a heating element that's short, then it would trip until the relay flows. There's no direct shorts to ground, so I'm going to put this on the amp meter. See what happens here. Like she pops at the moment. She tried to engage those heaters. Alright, so now I've unplugged the heater output from the board. Right? And she's gonna stay online. Yeah, she says she's cooking. We know she's not, and the moment I make contact with that, she's gonna pop. Doesn't mean we got a bad heating element. Because it could just be the load we're putting on that unit. So the next step is what I was originally gonna do, which is see if it'll run on a regular outlet. I don't know. Let me pull that. Let me show you. Here's what we do know. Let me unplug this. Bam. Okay. She's off. Alright, there's no wiring schematic on this, but here's the scoop. Black comes in, goes to the switch, comes back, goes out here. This runs into the relay. White is high temp wire. White comes in, jumps over to the high temp wire. High temp wire runs down to the element, and then it gets made by this relay and sends 120 volts. So what we do know is that it's going to be very challenging. If I lay that on the neutral, I just heard the controller kick, and ask the relay what's going on. It's too far away. I'm good at doing this one-handed, but not when the leads are this. Helps if I turn the meter to volts. So my board is sending 120 volts to the element. My element's just popping. So the only difference is I've got the element disconnected. The moment I connect it, she pops. Ohming out elements doesn't really work because they're so like resistive load nonsense. Look at it visually. see anything telling me we were shorted out. The unit is from 2022. It's funny because the manager's like, no, it's brand new. Like, it is kind of brand new. It's from 2022. I haven't done any homework to find out what it's supposed to ohm out at, but it's ohming out at 27 ohms and gives me continuity straight in and out of that element. I think they washed the inside, got that element wet, and now it's a little bit electronically flaky when they add power to it, and it's tripping the GFCI. So I found an outlet that is not a GFCI. Hooked onto the heater element. Now, if she trips the actual breaker, then we got a bad heating element. Faux show. But, nope. We got amps. So, I'm going to let that run, and I'm going to let the element heat up, burn off the water. Yeah, so again, I'm pretty positive that the element's just giving out weird electronic vibes from a voltage perspective a little bit. There's some weird resistance on it, and the GFCI sees that and just freaks out. So, letting this run, we're gonna let it really heat up. And that heat, I've seen the same problem with overhead warmers. They wipe the overhead warmers and they get damp, and then it's a nightmare until they dry out. So it took a long time. It took a long time, but we're up and running. We're cooking on the GFCI outlet. Just had to burn off the moisture in the element.